to talk about your coaching journey. I know you've been at SCSU for a very, very long time. What made you want to get into coaching?
Well, it was always something I wanted to do. I had a great experience in high school. I saw myself as a teacher and hopefully was going to get a chance to coach. And I was offered a chance to coach a freshman team after I got done playing here at St. Cloud State. So for the next year and a half, I worked with the freshmen, and then in the middle of the summer, the NCAA notified St. Cloud State that they were cutting back some things at the Division II level, and unfortunately one of the positions was the number of coaches you could have. So I got bumped and ended up going down to Shellsburg, Iowa, and coached down there for a couple of years, and then Noel Olson gave me an opportunity to come back here to be a GA, and I never have left after that.
What kind of emotions did you feel when you decided to finally hang up the St. Cloud State jersey?
It was hard, but I kind of got to the point where, I'm very passionate about basketball. It's been my whole adult life, basically, and I got to a point where I just thought, whether I continue to coach for 10 more years, 20 more years, when I step down, it's going to be hard. I was at a point where I thought, if I'm going to do some of the things that I haven't been able to do in my lifetime, now's the time to do it before I get too old and can't do some of the things that are on my bucket list, so to speak.
I want to talk a little bit about those things on that bucket list. What are some of the things you're wanting to do now that you're done coaching?
Well, the big thing is I love to travel. So my wife and I, Pam, travel quite a bit. I've taken up golf, which I didn't get a chance to play very much when I was coaching because we, during the summer, ran a pretty extensive summer basketball program. So not getting any better at it, but it's still fun just to be outside.
Now, when I say you hung up the jersey, I think you hung up the jersey in coaching, but you go to any of the games and we'll see your face there. You make it kind of a thing to do to keep going to the games?
It's hard for me to sit and watch games. Pam has always sat in the corner of Hallenbeck Hall all the years that I was coaching along with my family. So when I retired, that's where I go sit now too. And I'm sure people think I'm being a jerk, but I like to sit over there because I don't have to talk to everybody. When I'm watching the game, I like to watch the game from a strategy standpoint.
I want to talk about your family a little bit. I know that being a head coach, it kind of turns into a whole family's job. How is Leah and your wife? How has that kind of been a part of your guys' family the last so many years?
It's neat. Fortunately for me, they were 100% behind what we were doing, and they enjoyed it. Pam was not an athlete in high school, but through our dating and our marriage, she has become very informed in terms of athletics. She'll turn on a basketball game every night of the week and watch it on TV when she's in the kitchen putzing around. Leah, I always worried about Leah because, there's always something going on. When you go to different functions that people wanted to talk to you, and like I said before, I always made a point every night before I went to bed to make a point of what time do I have with my family tomorrow, because I never ever wanted to lose sight of that. Unfortunately, I didn't get to all of her games when she was going through high school and things like that, but she understood that, and every chance that Pam and Leah had to be involved with what we were doing, they were there for it. And I think that both of them to this day bleed red and black for the St. Cloud State Huskies.
Now that you're done coaching and you look back, is there something about coaching that you apply to your everyday life?
Yeah, I think if you talk to my daughter, she probably could tell you that more than anything, is that I was pretty set on the way I wanted things done, and it's pretty simple. You just do things right.